Hey everyone, welcome to Purling Through Life. My name's Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So this is my channel and it's all about knitting and crochet and yarn, and today is a weekly update video where I like to share with you the things that I've been working on the past week. And today I have one finished object, 5 works in progress, I have a works in progress that I want to frog, and I have some happy mail. So let's get started with the finished object. And the first finished object, or the one and only finished object, is a crocheted market bag, and it is called the Serena market bag, and it is from Willow yarns. And here it is. Here it is, and I love how the yarn, how it made that pattern. I love that. And it also has a handle. Here it is with the handle. And I did think this would come out a little bit bigger, but that's okay. The pattern did call for DK weight yarn held together. They're the Willow yarn, Willow farmhouse yarn, farmhouse cotton yarn. And I'm assuming, although it doesn't say here, that that is a DK weight yarn, and it says to crochet with 2 strands held together, but I didn't do that, so I just used a worsted weight yarn. And here it is, and I do love the way that it came out, and it'll be good for produce if you go to a farmer's market or at the grocery store. So there it is, and I used a 6mm hook for this, and here is the yarn that I used. Though this is what I have left, and this is a Karen Cotton Angel Cakes, and here's the pattern, or I'm sorry, the label. So the colorway for this is Ice Teal, and it's a number 4. It is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It is 530 yards for 250 grams. So that is my one and only finished object for the week. Because I have so many whips that I can't get anything done, and I even started new whips this week. So now on to my works in progress. And the first works in progress that I have to show you is living in this bag. And this is my newest bag. I showed this last week, and it is from Hannah Lou Designs. And you can get her bags on the Bumblebee Acres website. Here we go. And in this bag is another market bag, crocheted market bag. And it is called the Dishyless Market Bag by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. It is a free pattern on Ravelry, and Ravelry will send you to MJ's Off the Hook Designs website, where you can get the pattern for free. But there's also on her YouTube channel, there is a tutorial as well, and that's what I used, was the tutorial. I have made this bag before, but I did not use the yarn that was suggested in the pattern. This is the yarn that the pattern suggests. It is the Knit Picks Dishy Twist. And I did, like I said, I did make this last year, the year before, and I showed it on my channel, and I believe I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby on that bag. But here's what I have so far. It's just a big circle. I have finished the increases, so now I've got 2 or 3 rows where I'm just going around, which will make it, you know, form more of a bag shape. But this is it so far, but it shows you the yarn, what the yarn is going to look like. So that is what I have so far, and I'm using this. This is in the colorway Begonia, and it's 100% cotton, and it is 190 yards for 100 grams. So this is the first skein, and this is what I have left. So I'll definitely need another skein. It does call for 2 skeins of this. I don't think you use up all of the second skein. So that's the body of the bag, and then the the straps, I will use this yarn here, and this is also another Knit Picks yarn. It is just called, it's just the Dishy, and the colorway on this is Blush, and I think everything else is the same. It's 100% cotton, 190 yards, 100 grams. And I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook for this, and then I think when you get to the handles, you use a smaller hook, the handles or the straps, whatever. So it doesn't look like it. It looks like a big round placemat right now. It's starting to, you know, curve into a bag shape, you can tell. It's not flat anymore. But I love this. This is nice cotton, very nice cotton. So there is that works in progress. I do, and that is a new whip, because that's what I needed, was more whips. That's okay. But I do like to make these market bags. I love making them. So my second works in progress is also crocheted, and it is living, and it's also new. It's living in this bag by Cottontail Farms, and I am actually making an amigurumi out of this book here, which is Crocheted Cute Critters. Of course, I didn't properly save the page, but I'm making a whale. And let me see. It'll tell me what page it's on. Walter the Whale. Here we go. And here he is. I'm making this. I've just pretty much got his head done. So I bought this yarn. The yarn I bought specifically to make this a whale for my granddaughter. And this is all that I have so far. Sad. This is it. I've got his eyes in, but that's all I have done so far. I think it's going to be very quick now, actually. Yeah, there's not much left. I don't know if you can hear my grandkids. It's Tuesday, so they're both here, and the dog's here as well. So they're painting blocks. It's so hot outside, they can't go outside. I was going to have them do it in the front yard or on the porch, but what time is it here? It's like 2-ish, and it's already like 95 degrees, so I was like, we'll do it in the kitchen. So that's what they're doing. But anyway, here is the whale so far, what I have done. It's just the head. Like I said, I have the eyes, and so this is the yarn I'm using for it. And then I will be using this white. And the yarn is a Barocco yarn. It's Barocco Comfort. Here's the label. And I'm pretty sure they just use color numbers. Yeah, it's 9. This one is 9772. It's so soft. This yarn is so soft. It says that it's a number 4 yarn. It says it's worsted weight, but it is a thin worsted weight, if you ask me. And it is 50% superfine nylon, 50% superfine acrylic. It is so soft. It's nice. It is a really nice acrylic nylon blend. Very, very soft. And this one here, everything's the same, except for this is white, and the color number for this is 9700. So I had my eyes. I guess I can put these back now because I've already put the eyes in. And here's the crochet hook I'm using, 4.5 millimeters. I think that it calls for a 5 millimeter. It also calls for Bernat Super Value yarn. But this is, I don't know much. I don't really know. I don't never used that yarn before, but this just seems like a thinner yarn, so I used a smaller hook. So this shouldn't take me long at all. This was probably the most work. So, Walter the Whale. So let's see, I think that's all for crochet. And the rest is knitting. Yep, the rest is knitting. All right, and I'll show you this really quickly. Living in this bag. I love this bag. This is my Coziest memory blanket by Kemper Wray, which is a free pattern on Ravelry. And I've got the blanket and all the yarn living in this bag that I got as a present from my grandson's grandmommy. And she got it at Barnes & Noble. I love it. So I put a few squares on here, and I thought I would show you because I did work on it a bit. Now it doesn't look like I've woven in any ends, but I have. I wait until I have a certain amount of squares before I weave in the ends. I'll show you what I mean. So here it is. This is, so I have, the last time I showed it, I had like 2 more squares to do on the 3rd stripe. So I got these 2 done right there. I think it was 2. Anyway, I have that 3rd row done. And I've started a new row where I have 3 more. And so what it is like here, I haven't woven in the ends on these squares yet until there's a square on top, so that in the corner here, or in the center, there's 4 squares, and that's when I will weave in the ends. So it still looks like there's a lot of ends, but I have woven in quite a few of them. So there we go. And this is a mixture of my scraps plus what's it called, where you get the minis, row 1 minis, which I don't get that anymore because I have literally a full bag of them right here. And I figure I can always go back and resubscribe and get more when I need to. But this is it. This is the blanket so far. And my grandson has said that he wants this blanket. And I said, you'll probably get it when you go to college. But so this is, this is 12 squares across. But I don't know what the length will be. But I think, especially if it's just for one person, I think that the 12 is enough across. So that would be the width, but I'm not sure of the length yet. So, and if I decide I want to add more, you always can. You always can. So I love it. It's strange when you look at people's versions of the blanket, how they all look the same, but yet they're completely different. They just have this similar look to them. And this is fingering weight, and I am using my signature needles, right here, 2.75. These are the 7-inch straights, and they are the stilettos. Unfortunately, you can't get signature needles anymore. These are nice, really, really nice. So that's what I'm using for these, and those are the few squares that I did. I remember when I first started the blanket, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and I'll do 2 squares a day. No. So now I'm like, try to do 1 square a day, and even that is a struggle because I think it takes me at least half an hour to do 1 square. Okay, so my next one is living in this bag. This is a Madder Root bag. And this is a knit shawl by Ambah O'Brien. It is called the This or That, and it's a mystery knit along. This or That mystery knit along. I'm pretty sure I got the title right. But it will be, everything will be listed down below, all the links. So this is a mystery knit along that started a week. It was a week on Friday, so it has been out for a week, and so a week and a half. Let's just say that. It's been out for a week and a half. Clue 2 has come out on Friday, but I'm still working on Clue 1. but I'm nearly done with clue 1. So I'm going to show this, and if you are working on this and you don't want to see any of the shawl, spoiler alert, I'm about to show the shawl and what I have completed on clue 1, and I still have probably 12 more rows to go before I'm finished with clue 1. But here it is. So there's where I was last week. So in clue 1, there are 2 parts. So I finished the first part there, which is the this right here, and then I started the second part, which is the lace, which you can't really see because I've only done, oh, I don't know, 6 rows, so it's hard to see. But there it is, and this is a wrap. You have a choice of doing a wrap or a shawl, and I opted to do the wrap. So there we go. And last week, if you watched last week, I was saying that I wasn't sure about my colors, that I kind of wanted to replace this I don't know, dark pink color with I was kind of thinking of more just to go with blues, but I really couldn't decide, and this was already wound up, and I said just go with that, so I did. But there is the progress on this shawl. I hope I said everything right. It's by Ambah O'Brien. It's This or That MKAL, and there are going to be 4 clues, and I think the last one comes out on July 5th. So, and the second clue is already out, and you can pick a shawl or a wrap, and then when you start, she has 2 options for each clue. You can do this option, or you can do that option. You can mix and match. I guess that's why she calls it This or That. And I'm using a 2 points. Let me check. I think it's a 3.75. Yes, a 3.75 needle for that. And the yarns I'm using, I'll show you that now. So the first 2 yarns in the first part of the clue, I used these yarns right here. And then for the second part of clue 1, I'm using this yarn. And let me get the labels. Now, I don't know, well, okay, so this yarn, I know what this is. This is a Miss Babs. This is on the Tarte base. Here's her label, and it's a fingering weight. It's a fingering weight shawl. And the colorway is Coastal Fog. It's 75% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon. It's 500 yards for 122 grams. Miss Babs, the Tarte base is a lot of yarn. It's a lot of yards for fingering weight. 500 yards. So that's the first color. And now these 2 yarns here are both from Spun Right Round. Here it is. There's their label. But I don't remember which colorway is which. I'm going to guess. But it could be the other way around. But I'll go ahead and just tell you about the yarns. They are 100 grams, 438 yards, and 100% superwash merino. Let's see. I don't know. I'm going to guess. I think this one is car wash. And this one is Dream. But I'm not sure. 100% sure. So those are the yarns that I'm using. I decided to go with these. Basically because I just couldn't make up my mind on the third yarn. And I also didn't really want to wind any more yarn. So there we go. There is that, and I need to work on that today. I really want to get caught up. If I don't finish clue 2, that's fine, but I want to have it started before clue 3 comes out. I'm trying to be a bit better about getting things done in a timely manner. So I just have one more works in progress. and it's going to lead into Happy Mail. But this is a knit pair of socks, and it's living in this bag by T Doddles. And here is the sock. Here's the sock. I'm knitting a vanilla sock, and I knit my socks cuff down. I cast on 64 stitches, and I used a 2.25 needle and on magic loop with a 32-inch cord, and I knit the 2x2 rib for 15 rounds, and I will do a shorty sock. I haven't, this is just the beginning of like the first round of knitting after I'm completed with the ribbing. But I usually do about 20 rows, 20 rounds for the leg area, leg/ankle area, because I do like a shorty sock. And then I will do an afterthought heel. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. So here it is. Now, if you notice, the needles are different, and I'll explain that in a minute. These are new needles someone sent me, and I have to say I'm loving them, but I'll go through everything else before I do that, because that will lead into Happy Meal. So there is this vanilla sock, and I'm not using any specific pattern, just something over time I've realized what fits me best. The yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Felice yarn, and they come in 50-gram skeins. So, because if you've been watching, you know I like matchy socks. I really do. So I will use this for one sock and this for the other, and I've got them to where they start at the same time. I had to cut away a little bit, this much, but that's from this, I don't remember which skein of yarn, but I had to cut away this much so that it will match, and that's okay, because I think this might be enough to go in the my memory blanket, Coziest memory blanket. So the yarn, here is the label for the, I've got like 3 labels in here. What is that third one? Oh, that is an old label for an old pair of socks. So here is the label for Knit Picks Felice, and you can't get Felice anymore, it's been discontinued. But here's their label, and this yarn is 50-gram skein for 218 yards, 75/25 superwash merino wool nylon, and the colorway is Mermaid Tails. Look at, I love these colors, and it's so soft. Felice is so soft. I have some skeins of Felice that feel different though. At some point during the Felice time when they were making the yarn, they must have changed yarn bases, because I have some Felice that is not as soft as this, but this is really soft. I have to take a drink. So I think that's everything. I do have something I want to show you that I want to frog, but I'll show you this Happy Mail first that I got. Let me see. I gotta get everything. So I got these needles from someone that watches my channel, and she also has her own YouTube channel. She sent me a lovely card, and here it is. Here's this lovely card, and this is from Jessica, and her YouTube channel is called Cafe Bean Counter Knits, and I will leave all that down below. I had been working on a hat with some Luca needles, wooden needles. I don't know if you follow my channel, you might recall. This is a little while ago now, and I really loved the needles. I bought them when I was at Knit New Haven when we visited Connecticut to see my family. I bought some of those needles, the wooden needles, and I loved them. And so she messaged me on Instagram and said, would you like, I have some needles, wooden needles. I think it's Luca, whatever. I have some needles 2.25 millimeter needles that I do not like, and you can have them if you want them. And I said, yes, I would love to try them out. So she sent them to me. So there's the label for the needles, and they are 2.25 fixed circular, and it's 32-inch cord. And here they are. And I have to say, I love these needles. I love them. And they're pointy. Now, they're not going to hurt you like a high sharp 2.25 needle, because that will injure you. I'll show you. It's not like that. Oh, you can't really see. But they are sharp. These are sharp. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be as bad as that. But they are sharp needles, and I love them. And they glide so easily. I don't mind the cord. I mean, I really love these needles. They have me looking at these Luca needles, the interchangeable sets, more fixed circulars. I really want to get more of these needles and work with them because I am loving these. So she sent me these needles. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you so much. And she also sent some extra little goodies. She sent this project details tracker, which is a great thing. This is a lot of help. This is a lot of help. Handy dandy. And then she sent this little stitch marker, a progress keeper, from Twice Sheared Sheep. It's so cute. It's a polar bear. She sent that. So that was nice, really nice surprise. Thank you so much, Jessica. I love these needles. And I really want to get more to see. I want to get a pair of 3.5s and knit a shawl with them with fingering weight yarn to see how I like that. Maybe I'll do that before I go ahead and get like an interchangeable set, because I really love them. I kind of want to go straight and get an interchangeable set, but I don't know, maybe I should try out another fixed circular before I do that. They're really nice needles. I'm surprised. I didn't think I liked wooden needles at all, but I love those. So thank you, Jessica, again. So that was all of my works in progress and my Happy Mail. But I just have one more thing real quickly to show you. A works in progress that I'm going to frog. And it's a pair of socks. And it's living in this bag by Frog Peak Creations, which I'm pretty sure they don't sell bags anymore. But I was making these socks, and they're pattern socks, and I don't know, I struggle with pattern socks. It's a free pattern, but it's the popcorn and toast pattern, and here they are. If you watched last week, you saw these, and I'm going to frog these. I'm not going to, yeah, these are going to get frogged. I don't know, I just don't like patterned socks that much, and I'm not really sure. No, I actually do think the pattern will show up on these, but I don't, it's like, you know, it's like a pattern repeat of, I don't know how many rows, 8 rows? I don't think it's 8 rows. I think if it was 8 rows, it would be, no, it's every 4 rows. And so I'm like, how do you keep track? I don't want to have to put stitch markers in every 4 rows. That just slows down the whole entire process. And I have some other things going on with the shawls and stuff that I'm making, that it's good to have just a vanilla sock. Just easy, kind of mindless. So, yeah, these are going to get frogged. It's beautiful yarn. I love this yarn. So I'll definitely make these, just probably vanilla socks, probably. So here, and I'll just let you know this yarn, about this yarn. It's Superba Vintage. Here's the label. I don't know what the colorway is, but it is 420 meters, 100 grams, and it is 75 virgin wool and 25 polyamide. And it's not like super soft or anything, but it's still, this yarn is still nice to knit with. So, yep, bye-bye to this. Bye-bye. Well, just for now, because I'll probably leave it, maybe after I finish those other socks, I will start these. We shall see. So that is all that I have to share with you this week. Thank you so much, especially if you have lasted this long. And if you've lasted this long, I hope you'd consider giving me a thumbs up and maybe subscribing. I would very much appreciate that. So that's all I have for you this week. I hope you're all doing well and that you're having a good week and that the rest of your week goes well. Like I said, I think I mentioned earlier, it is extremely hot here, and I think it's hot throughout most of the U.S., so try to stay cool, stay indoors, be careful with all of that heat out there, and hopefully by the time I do another video next week, next Tuesday, it will have cooled down. I'm praying. I think it's supposed to be 90s the rest of the week. Tomorrow, I think it's going to reach 97. The only thing I will say is that our humidity has not been that bad. So like on my porch where it's shaded and we don't actually get direct sunlight, it is comfortable. We have fans, so it is comfortable on the porch. It's just when you get out in that direct sun, it's awful. But I think the reason why is because the humidity has been relatively low. So that's good, but we do need some rain and we do need some cooler weather. So hopefully by next Tuesday, it will have cooled down. So that is all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you soon. And until then, bye for now.